Alright, welcome back to the channel, y'all. In this video, you definitely want to watch the whole thing. We're going to be discussing the credit card versus debit card argument and essentially why you are wasting your time if you are using a debit card for all your purchases. So stay tuned. Okay, I want to keep this kind of short, so I'm just going to get into the points. Basically, first point of conflict with a debit card, liability. Who is liable if something happens to the card? Scammers are out here. They're good these days, okay? It is so easy to steal your debit card information, and guess what money that is connected to? Your bank account. So the scammer has your debit card number. They're out here spending money on your debit card. You are liable for that unless you report it within a certain amount of time. With a credit card, this is not the case. When I use my credit card, if somebody steals the information and is charging things, unauthorized charges to my credit card, I'm not liable for that. I do not have to pay that back. The bank catches it and they take care of it. And what's even better about it is the protection behind it. The fact that if that account goes into the negatives because somebody has stolen the card information, that's not my money. My bank account is fine. I don't have to wait if it takes the bank a few hours or days to figure that situation out. I don't have to wait to pay my bills. That's their money. If this were a debit card, while you're waiting for them to solve this problem and reverse those transactions, your account is in the negative, potentially. You now cannot make purchases. So, because that's your money that has just been stolen. So why would you put your money in harm's way by using a debit card and swiping it everywhere and, risking somebody getting that information when you could be using the bank's money and putting their money in danger? I want to make sure my money is protected. And for the most part, I'm not keeping my money just sitting in a checking account anyways. My money is off somewhere being leveraged and earning me more money. So that's what you want to do with that. The next part I want to talk about is the most obvious one, and that's building credit. You cannot build credit with a debit card. I think everybody pretty much knows that by now. But with a credit card, every single purchase that you make is essentially like a small loan, though you shouldn't use it that way. And they're reporting back every time you pay off that loan. Now, of course, if you're using the credit cards responsibly, you should be paying off the entire loan at the end of the month, not the minimum payment, because then you end up paying interest every month. That's a no. We're not paying interest. We are just paying for all of our purchases at the end of the month or throughout the month, however you like to pay the bill. And then we're being rewarded with an increase in our credit score at the end of the month when that credit card company reports back to the credit bureau. None of this takes place when you use a debit card. You're literally just exchanging your cash in virtual form for all your purchases, for all your goods, and you're getting nothing in return. The last point I want to talk about for why I would argue you should not be wasting time using a debit card and instead switch to credit cards is because of rewards. Credit cards come with all different types of reward programs. At least most of them do these days. You should not be using a credit card and getting nothing in return. That is the whole point of the credit card versus the debit card. You're getting something in return. You could be getting points, you could be getting miles, you could be getting cash back, all different types of things that could benefit you and help to motivate you to continue to be responsible with the credit card. Now, the drawback to this is that some people who are not as responsible with the credit cards are getting all these rewards, but essentially they're paying back for them by paying interest each month to the credit card company. That's a no. This is why you pay your bill in full at the end of every month. No minimum payments, no partial half payment, whatever you want to call it. Whatever the bill is when it's due, that's how much you pay. And so at the end of the day, you are racking up all of these points, miles, whatever rewards. and you have done nothing different. You have paid nothing extra. You have not sacrificed anything. You literally have done nothing besides the same type of spending you would have done if you were using a debit card. Instead, you're just getting something in return for it because you used the credit card instead. These are super important things to remember. I think that they are extremely beneficial to know, and it's really these are the main reasons why I have not used a debit card in probably 10 years. I don't even know. Half the time, I don't even know what my debit card is. I lose it in my house all the time because I just don't use it. When I say that, people think like, you crazy. You're going to get robbed or something. But no, it's literally been years, and I do not need it. It serves me no purpose. It gives me no benefits. So there's literally no reason for me to have it or to be using it, carrying it around with me. If you found this information helpful, or you know somebody who could find it helpful, definitely give it a like. Subscribe to the channel for more information like this and tips and tricks for building your credit and learning how to travel for free, basically. And send it to a friend who needs a little advice or a little bit of a nudge to go cut that debit card up. See y'all next time, family.